Hey, it's Jessica Goose here with RealAgriculture.com, and I am at the Saskatchewan Canola Palooza. And joining me right now is Tyler Wist, who is a research scientist, field crop entomologist with Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada. Tyler, how are you doing today?
Well, thanks. How are you doing today?
I am doing quite well. It's quite a good turnout here, which is good. We're all donning our lovely blue booties for biosecurity, which is always a bonus.
That's right.
But we are talking about that little bug that is in there that I'll show you in just a second, that's kind of been occasionally popping up this year. So we're talking about the Peritrechus convivus. Did I say that right?
Close enough.
Explain to me, what is this foe you have in your hand?
So what we've got here is an insect. So it's a bug. And the genus is called the dirt-colored seed bugs, which has really been confusing people because most of the time when you see them, they're a bright red, and their nymphs are a bright red. But when they turn into their adult stage, they are dirt-colored, and they're really well camouflaged on the ground. But when they're red, they're not very well camouflaged, and you can see them running around all over the ground. And so in some fields, we've been seeing, I'd probably estimate millions of these insects.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yikes, that's not good at all for farmers. Why, I guess, would these start popping up now? They are quite occasional, right?
I have a lot of hypotheses. Some of them are coming true, some of them are not. All of them need to be tested. Right now, everything's anecdotal. And a little bit on the literature side suggests that Peritrechus convivus likes slough edges. And so since 2017, we've had drier years. Maybe people have been planting into the sloughs. And so they like emergent vegetation, and then now that your slough edge is now your field, your emergent vegetation is your canola or your flax. And so we've had acreages of flax and canola wiped out and needed to be reseeded, and these guys were the culprit. So we haven't seen that since the 70s. Not that I saw it in the 70s, but the literature suggests that every once in a while this pops up and becomes a problem. Why it became a problem, I'm not sure. It could be based on the really dry conditions that we've had.
And so you said the last time that you've actually seen this, or not you, but just that there has been registered to see it completely destroy a crop was, like you said, in the 70s, it was a flax crop?
It was a flax crop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything that farmers can do to combat this now if they do see a swarm of it?
So there's nothing registered to control this bug because, of course, it's never really been a pest before. Some farmers have sprayed for cutworms and at the same time looked for red bug death. So in those instances, nothing's really seemed to work. My theory is that because most of the time these guys are in the ground, any contact insecticide is missing them. And so maybe you'll get the ones that are up on the plants, but they might get replaced by ones that were down in the ground. And so that trigger that turns them into a pest, I'm really not sure what that is. So hopefully
more research will be done by AAFC.
Yeah.
And how would you scout for this? Is this a sweep type or?
No, they're right in the ground. So you get a net full of dirt if you try to sweep.
If you tried to do that, all right.
Yeah.
And like you said, because they are that dirt bug, they are quite brown. However, I believe I have been seeing them on Twitter on the bug chat. If you do follow that on Twitter yourself.
I do follow hashtag Alberta Bug Chat.
Alberta Bug Chat, exactly.
AB Bug Chat.
And that, yeah, so some farmers are finding them, but they're usually that red color first, like you said.
Yeah, so the nymphs are red, and they don't become that dirt color till they're adults. But we think they overwinter as adults, but you never really notice them until you get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of larvae crawling all over the ground. So they seem to be associated with the trash. They might be associated with fields that were lentils last year. So what I tried was I gave them lentil seeds, and because they're a seed bug, they would feed on lentil seeds, but my guess is they're feeding on whatever seeds are there in the ground as well.
And what regions, I guess, are we seeing this in Saskatchewan?
That is a good question. So what I'm doing is I'm collecting all of the reports and I'm going to put them on a map and try to figure out if there's something the same.
Something that flows, exactly.
Something that flows, yeah.
All right, well, we'll definitely have to stay tuned to AAFC for further research on this.
We've got more questions than we have answers with this insect. But at least we've got a name for it now.
At least we have a name, exactly.
Yeah. Our experts in Ottawa figured it out, and we genetically barcoded it. And so we've got two different answers saying that. We've got Peritrechus convivus.
There you go. Just say it 10 times fast, maybe not. A little bit harder. Thank you so much for your time, Tyler. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.